Welcome back to the show. You know, it's estimated that 1 in 8 households struggle with severe food insecurity, and 1 in 3 need food assistance to be able to consistently keep meals on the table. 1 in 3! So food pantries and your food donations help so much. But Safeway and their partners have discovered that giving out grocery cards is a key way to offer food assistance for so many reasons.
The first thing really to understand is that there are a lot of people who are struggling with food insecurity who might never go to a food bank. So the cards are really designed for us to partner with other organizations assisting those people who don't need to have a food pantry or have to distribute the food. So it allows us to reach more people struggling with food insecurity in the state. You know, we have more than 200 locations throughout the state, so we're in almost every community. And so we have new partners like clinics that are screening for food insecurity, as that is closely related to some chronic illnesses. So when they screen these families and realizing they're having a tough time getting meals on the table, they can simply provide them some grocery cards. Same with schools. They're very familiar with families who might be struggling to get food to their kids. And so they can send home the cards with the kids instead of having to have a pantry at the school or do a backpack program. So it's just much easier for all involved, and we're reaching so many people who might not be able to access a food bank.
Well, and that's such a good important point, because parents, we all work so hard and sometimes it's just not enough to make ends meet. And there's got to be a lot of anxiety, shame in having to come to that place. So sending those cards home or having that card must make a world of difference.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. We heard a lot about tears of relief last year. People struggle a lot in silence with food insecurity. They feel shameful about it, so they don't tell people about it. They don't want to go to a food bank with their kids. What we're seeing is like people are working hard, and they're working and taking care of others, and so they can't navigate the food banking system. And they still want to have the dignity of choice to go to a store like everybody else, be able to choose how they buy food for their families, be able to choose what they cook for their families. And so just getting a little bit of relief like that has been hugely beneficial for them.
I know that I came from a mom who was a single mom and struggled a lot. And I know that something like this would have really helped. So in my heart, I'm ready. I'm on board. How can I and other Safeway shoppers help? How can we get involved in this?
Yeah, it's very, very easy. So you'll see at the store, there's an option to donate $5, $10, or $12. And that actually goes into an account for a local organization or food bank in grocery cards. So they get to choose how to distribute them. They go out in $50 increments. So just go to the store, choose to donate $5, $10, or $12.
I love that. You know, I have to say, when you mentioned this before, but it really struck me when people can choose their own food, that is a huge significance to that, just in your own self-choice, but a cultural significance as well, especially as we head in to so many holidays.
You know, we know how important food is to tradition, to culture, and just really comfort, especially around the holidays. And we hope for food to be that source of comfort for all families. Yeah. But for a lot, it really is, you know, anxiety inducing. But these cards allow them to go pick out food that maybe their mothers or fathers made from them in their home countries, perhaps. You know, different countries, different cultures, we all have different food that we've eaten, as we just saw during Thanksgiving, so many different traditions. And this allows them to pass that on to their kids, for them to taste the same foods that they tasted. They go to the store, they get the choice, and it's really an experience and enjoyable for them and their kids.
And Sarah, what you do and all the things that are part of this go beyond the grocery cards, right?
Yeah, they certainly do. And the key really is our community partners. So we're going beyond helping people with food to empowering them to improve their lives. So with partners like Solid Ground, they're really helping people find the skills to escape poverty, the cycle of poverty. And so they have a lot of trainings and educations, and these cards are given out in actually their nutrition classes and their classes to teach people how to shop and cook on a budget. So they're not just getting food, they're getting skills to move out of that and getting skills to move out of poverty. Same with Latino Education and Training Institute. That's our partner in Linwood. You know, recent immigrants who come here, they're getting them connected with vocational training and with education so they can start their lives here on a good foot.
Bravo to Safeway and all their partners on this. So as Sarah mentioned, you can go to your local Safeway in Albertsons and donate $5, $10, or $12 and make a real difference through these grocery cards. And of course, King 5 is partnering with Safeway as Home Team Harvest works towards our goal of gathering 21 million meals. Come on, you can help us make our goal. You can see there are lots of ways you can donate, from texting to online to checking out your when you check out at the grocery store, you can just, you know what, you see it right there. Just buy a layer bag. Super easy. We'll make it so easy for you. All right, coming up next, we are flying into the Hawk Zone with our friend Terry Holloman for a play-by-play of last night's game against Washington.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Safeway Albertsons.